Hello, my name is Talon, and I am going to talk about a data visualization that I made about intelligent tutoring systems for mathematics and trying to visualize student learning from the data from intelligent tutoring systems. So first, intelligent tutoring systems are learning technologies that can be used to give students activities or problem sets in pretty much any content, but we're going to focus on mathematics and how we can use that data to visualize student learning. So intelligent tutoring systems measure every interaction that students make or engage with in the system. So this ends up resulting in a lot of data, and one way to get a first look at that data is through visualization. So that's the main goal of this project, in addition to breaking down the data into typical trends and typical breakdowns to possibly see patterns of trends. So the data that we're using is from Assessments, which is an intelligent tutoring system for mathematics, and it is from a study in 2009 by Feng, Heffernan, and Codinger, and you can access the original data and information about Assessments on this blocks.org page, which will be linked in the description below. The data set included data from student problem solving during mathematics problems, in addition to student MCAS scores, which is the statewide standardized mathematics test for students in Massachusetts. So we're using that data to try and visualize student learning. So let's go to the visualization. So the idea behind this first chart, which is the scatter plot, is to see if we can see learning curves. So learning curves have been extensively researched, and typically you will see along the x-axis the number of problems completed, and along the y-axis will typically be errors if you're trying to look at learning curves. And you'll see this nice curve that starts up high in the first section of problems, and then it will increasingly go down and bottom out around 0. And the idea behind this is as you learn, you make less errors. And these learning curves are the rate at which you learn something. So I wanted to see with raw student data if you could see learning curves. Now you'll see there's lots of colors here. The colors are the different learning components. So traditionally, students have been assessed on their learning with correctness, but we all know that learning has to do much more than being correct or incorrect. So we've also included some of the data from the intelligent tutoring system on the time, which is in orange, and that's the average number of minutes needed to solve a problem. Green is the average number of attempts per problem, and red is the average number of hints requested per problem. So students, if they felt stuck, they could request a hint. And for correctness, attempts, and hints, which are the blue, green, and red, you don't really see a nice learning curve. But for time, you do. Orange is time, and you can see in these low number of problems, the variability is really high, and as you get to more and more problems, it starts to level out. And this makes sense because just like errors, as they decrease over time, time might decrease as problem numbers increase. So that's the first visualization. The second is a grouped bar chart, and this is where the MCAS scores come in. So MCAS separates students into 4 different categories: warning, needs improvement, proficient, and advanced. And students who score the worst or perform the least are put into the warning category, and students who perform the best are put into the advanced category. And I wanted to split the data up into these knowledge categories because this is what I often do in my own research. Students with different abilities perform differently. So you can even see here that students in the warning category spend a lot more time than students in the advanced category. And one of the interactive features of this visualization is you can hover over the bars and it will highlight the corresponding data points. So you can see how time has that nice learning curve in the scatter plot, and it has a bit of learning curve as far as the categories of student knowledge level are concerned. So that's the visualization. Moving forward, I would like to include more details. So when you hover, you actually get the data values to make it easier to compare across groups and across students. I would also like to embed this into maybe a learning management system where it could be accessed by researchers or teachers to get a first look at data and to track student progress and to track trends in student progress. But the main takeaways is that learning isn't just about correctness, and this is one way to visualize different learning components. Visualizations can be a good first glance at trends within data, and this could be a tool used to track student progress. So I hope you've enjoyed learning about student learning within intelligent tutoring systems, and thank you for watching.